let's transition to that. And the question to you, LeVar, is will we see RG3 on the field again after Shanahan hinted at his news conference yesterday that perhaps he'll think about benching him for the Atlanta game?
I would say, in all honesty, my real thought process here is there is a forcing of the hand taking place. Mm-hmm. There is a chess match taking place behind closed doors. And if Mike Shanahan remains the head coach of this team, we will not see Robert Griffin III the rest of this year. And that's a big take that. And I'm saying take that because I know this is a family show. So use that context in terms of what it is. Okay. So
there's kids at home on a school
I
day
believe
today
if Mike Shanahan
is
if the great take that from Dan Snyder to Mike Shanahan is you're going to finish this season out. As a matter of fact, you're going to finish this contract out. You're not going to not be a part of this team because we fired you. You're going to not be a part of this team because you quit. So if there's a battle of odds going on right now, Robert Griffin III will not play another down this season if Mike Shanahan is the head coach of this team.
Keith, do you agree with that? If Shanahan remains in his current position, you're not going to see RG3 again?
Well, he wasn't. He didn't say I'm definitely going to do it. Right? He threw it out there, and it made it very obvious that it was a threat and not a I'm doing this because of I'm really concerned about Robert's health, which would be a change.
A 360.
A
180.
A 180, right, from what he's been saying up until now. If the question is will we see him again, then I think the answer is yes, we will see him again because I don't know if Mike Shanahan is going to make it through these 3 games. I think LeVar's right, and I think everybody here would probably say the same thing, that right now it's a stalemate or a standoff, and it's over. Are you going to be fired, or are you going to quit? And he's going to look petty, I think, if he does bench RG3 for the final 3 games.
Dan, what's preventing Snyder from just firing him right now?
$7 million that he doesn't want to pay him. I think that he doesn't want to give him the satisfaction. Like LeVar said, it's 2 egos and neither one wants to kind of give in. But I agree with Keith. I think that Shanahan talked about it at great length yesterday, but he never said I'm going to do it. And I think that when he thinks about it, I think this tarnishes his legacy more than anything else. If he benches, it would obviously be such like a transparently petty move that I don't think he would go through.
But he gave information that he stated, and he's absolutely correct. RG3 is getting his tail kicked, even against teams that can't even get to the quarterback.
Okay, so what do you say to Kirk Cousins? Excuse me, sir, can you please go in there and get your tail
kicked? Yes. And the interesting dynamic here, or what can to me is considered to be an oxymoron of sorts, is you're saying you want to protect him from getting hurt. So are you saying that the fact of the matter is when we were in this game with Seattle in the first round of the playoffs is that playoff game meant more? So what is it about? Is it about his legacy, winning this game and trying to get further into the playoffs as a head coach? Or is it the benefit of this organization going forward, and that is protecting our franchise player? Because if you're using that as an argument now, then why the hell did you not use that as an argument when you were in the Seattle game? Because you darn sure put him back out there, and he blew his knee out in that game for the sake of what? Trying to win that first round game? Because if that's what it was, then how does that benefit this organization going forward? And if that was your clarity, if that right there was your epiphany, then you say it. You say that based upon that game, when I trusted myself and trusted him to put him back in that game, knowing that he was visibly shaken and he was visibly hurt, I still made the decision to put him back in the game. We're talking about now you're a year removed from that, and you're going to hold him out for the rest of a season, and you have 3 wins? Are we dumb? Are we dumb people?
To take that a little bit further, everything you say is valid.
Extra time on the clock. Take it.
But the Eagles game this year at the start of the season, when he's 8 months out or whatever it is from ACL surgery. Clearly he wasn't right yet for those first 3 weeks of the season, and yet they were trotting him out there for games that meant far less than the Seattle game. Obviously, it wasn't about his health at that point, so it is kind of
You make
strange.
That decision before now. Do not use your arguments and your discussions now to justify putting him on the bench for the sake of this organization moving forward. That's just, it's dumb.